Aloha! This is Trinidad, the island man, your island man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best, well, not a movie review, not TV show reviews, not yet. I just wanted to, it's been a while, about a week. I'm still going through some stuff as far as shows. But I wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, of course, and a Happy New Year, now that it's 2021. And given the events that have taken place in 2020, I just wanted to give you a brief rundown. Those of you who have followed my channel for the last couple of years know that I don't do a yearly rundown of best films and worst films and all that crap. You know, you want to know what I thought of the films, you know, what I thought was really good. Go back and look at, you know, my videos posted. But I do want to talk about 2020. 2020 is now over. A lot of people are, or at least were, breathing a sigh of relief. It being the 7th with the events of the 6th, the crazy riots, the terrorists storming the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. yesterday was a sorry retro throwback into 2020 suffering from what we were looking forward to as a start of a new year, new administration for 2021, to put everything negative behind us. But unfortunately, we all got dragged kicking and screaming back, just as those rioters, those Trump supporters, ransacked the U.S. Capitol, burst their way in. They said 4 dead, you know, and the country is still reeling from that. Our political standing in the world is even worse now than it was during all of the Trump administration. Our allies look at us with pity and, you know, disbelief. You know, our enemies, you know, China, Russia, you know, North Korea, they're laughing at us, looking at how weak we are. As 2020 with the coronavirus had shown, the weaknesses of the United States might. That being said, as of, you know, a chemical biological attack can go a great way into disrupting American life and basically crippling us. And our administration stood by and did nothing to pump up that national defense and show strength. Our president couldn't do that for us. Couldn't alleviate the American suffering more than the wars combined so far. As far as deaths, what did they say? More than the 9/11 bombings, daily people are dying. So more than like 3,000 lives a day dying because of this coronavirus. Vaccines are out. I have gotten my first shot of the vaccine. I need the second one. Each one, Moderna, Pfizer, whatever you take, you need 2 shots to be fully 95 or so percent protected against the coronavirus. So I urge you, you know, you look at me, you know, no, believe me, I looked like this before I took the coronavirus, so don't blame the coronavirus vaccine on on the way I look. But I'm feeling fine, no problems with the first shot. I look forward to the second shot in about 2 weeks to help my coverage. I will continue to be wearing masks because despite the vaccine, you know, it's still out there. And until it gets more under control, I'll continue to wear masks. Well, mainly I have to at work, where I work. But I urge all of you to get vaccinated. You know, don't be afraid of it. forget what you've heard about the hype and everything. It's okay to take. So that being said, on a personal note, I have to say that unfortunately, despite coronavirus rampaging all of 2020 in the lockdown from March of 2020 into, in some places in the mainland of the United States, still ongoing lockdown. It was fairly benign for me. In fact, maybe positive. This year, 2020 was. I mean, my channel did okay. I got a few extra followers, following my channel, so that was great. I got over 100 in 2020, 100 followers. No, not 100,000. Someday maybe, but just 100. And I'm thankful to each and every one of you who have subscribed. And tell your friends, your family to go ahead and subscribe for the best movie reviews and TV show reviews on the entire island of Oahu. But other than that, because of the turmoil of the coronavirus, I felt confident that my job was fairly secure outside of this YouTube channel. Not that I'm making any money, and I'm not asking anybody for any money on this channel, unlike the multitude of other channels. I'm doing okay. And so I went for a refinance. First, with Bank of America, who my mortgage was with for my condo. And that didn't go very good. Finally, they were going to give me like 3.7%. And this was back in June for a 20-month, for a 20-year mortgage, which at that time, the corona, which we were said was going to be gone by the summer, was still rampaging, and interest rates were still lowering. So I told Bank of America to essentially take a hike, since they didn't want to give me a 15-year or anything less. I'd seen interest rates as low as 2%. So finally I went through my local credit union, which gave me a much better deal, 2.75, and a 15-year fixed mortgage on my condo. And so that puts me back on track. During the first financial crisis back in 2008-ish, I had refinanced, did another 30-year, so I was down to 20 years before on my mortgage, bumped it back up to 30 to get a lower interest rate at 4.5, which at the time was lower, but now at 2.7, I'm very happy with that for 15 years. That puts me back on track to the original loan where I would be at time frame wise. So hopefully, in those 15 years, I'll be able to get it paid off without any trouble. At basically what I was already paying for at 4.5. So this year has been win-win for me. Plus being here in Oahu, Hawaii, or Hawaii in general, the state of Hawaii, coronavirus has been low overall. Fewer deaths, far fewer than that of the rest of the world or the mainland. It could have been lower if we had taken more action, but we're suffering with tourism being low, restricting people, just as everywhere. And here in 2021, tourism is still slumped off, and maybe with the vaccines, that'll finally fix up, and the hotel businesses and restaurants will go back to normal, hopefully, along with the movie theaters. But we'll have to keep our fingers crossed, and that's why I urge everyone to take their vaccine when they have the chance. Again, look at me. I'm all right. I took the vaccine. I'm going to take the second one, and you'll see that I'm fine still. So, yes. Everything was going pretty much roses for me in that respect. Plus, I'm a little bit of an introvert anyway, so lockdowns, despite our numerous ones and orders not to gather beyond 5 or 10 people or family members, hasn't really hindered me all that much. Living alone it's fine for me to hunker down and just watch Netflix, which I have been doing, which I've given many reviews to. As far as entertainment goes, what got me through Christmas, I guess all the way from Thanksgiving into New Year's, I finished Netflix. Netflix has been a big staple for me. I finished Longmire, which was an old, kind of a modern Western sheriff detective show that used to be on TNT. Went, I think, 2 or 3 seasons before Netflix picked it up and took it to 5 seasons before its finale. It had as a co-star Katie Sakharoff from Battlestar Galactica, which she really does really well through all 5 seasons. And I do give that show a strong shock of thumbs up. As far as a detective show, as far as a cowboy show, I've watched The Mandalorian, and you know how much of a vibe that is for cowboy shows. And I give season 2 of The Mandalorian a shock of thumbs up as well. So it was easy for me to go back into Longmire and watch all 5 seasons and get that out of the way. And I'm sorry to hear, to say that it's complete and it's done. And other than the finale being a little, wonky, trying to wrap everything up with a bow, it was a good series all the way through. So if you're looking for something fairly Mandalorian-like with cowboys and Indians, go ahead and check out Longmire on Netflix. I was watching The Mandalorian, so season 2, Luke, man, that's the way you nail a season finale. Let me just say that. And I'm still looking forward to all of the other Star Wars shows. You've seen my rundown of Marvel shows to come, and WandaVision, I'm looking forward to catching that. That should be really good, along with Winter and Falcon, Soldier, and all that stuff. But yes. Outside of that, yes, I know Cobra Kai has dropped. No, I have not watched season 3. I had watched season 1 and 2 back when it was on YouTube, and it was a shock of thumbs up. I did not do a review of it because, it was only on YouTube. But now that it's swept the phenomenon, I guess, of Netflix once it moved over during this lockdown time, brilliant move for Netflix, I gotta say, it was wonderful. And I look forward to season 3, but I am finishing season 4 of The Chilling Tales of Sabrina, which over the initial lockdown of March, you have seen my review, a shock of thumbs up for The Chilling Tales of Sabrina, season 1 through 3. And I didn't think it could get any better, but season 4 is nailing it. I have one more episode to watch for the 8-episode finale of season 4 and finale for the series of Sabrina. And I can't give that a stronger shock of thumbs up than just saying, go ahead and watch it. You won't be disappointed. If you liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you liked watching Lucifer, since we're waiting for the other season of Lucifer to drop, I think coming 2021 this summer, check out Sabrina, because they follow the same themes, they fight the same villains. It's fantastic storytelling all the way through, and I think it's going to end very, very strong. And I'm sorry Netflix is not continuing the show, but hopefully some of these characters will make an appearance in the CW Riverdale show once that gets back onto track with the CW. As you know, all of the other CW shows, well, Arrow was over, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning, everything has been delayed because of this coronavirus, starting up hopefully this summer and fall of 2021. And we'll see where that takes the CW, since HBO Max is stealing all of its shows and thunder. So I don't know. This could be the last dying breaths of the CW network, and what used to be the Arrowverse. Sad to say, as most shows are going over to HBO Max. Titans, Doom Patrol, etc. We did get Stargirl. I haven't seen that yet or watched it, but I'm going to catch up with that as soon as I finish Cobra Kai. So don't you worry. I hear it's okay as far as the CW goes, but I'm really looking forward to the final season finale and series finale of Black Lightning. And hopefully, we know we're going to get a Painkiller show in 2021, maybe 2022. Hopefully we'll get the Outsiders spin-off. I wish they were continuing Black Lightning, but honestly, with all of the Black Lives Matter items out there, I'm sure CW's feeling it's just too controversial to continue, despite the wonderful 3 seasons that it did, or at least the first 2 seasons were super strong and super talking about Black Lives Matters before, unfortunately, the Breonna Taylor incidents and everything else erupted. And I'm sure that that's one of the major factors of why the CW, unfortunately, is not going to continue the show. But hopefully, the essence will continue on and the movement will continue on with the Painkiller show and maybe the Outsiders. And who knows, maybe a Static Shock show in the future. It could happen. All right, well, I just wanted to give you a very brief, quick and dirty rundown that, hey, I'm okay. I hope you're all right. Please stay safe. Please get vaccinated here in this new year of 2021, and we can defeat this coronavirus once and for all. Thank you again, once more, Georgia. You've seen my Instagram feed. I talked about the importance of the senatorial races in Georgia. We have seen for this new year, before it was overshadowed by the tragedy in the Capitol, that Democrats did win both seats of the senatorial runoff, re-election, or runoff election in Georgia. Thus, they do have control of the Senate and hopefully can overcome all this disruption that Trump and Senator Mitch McConnell has done to promote all this violence that took place again at the U.S. Capitol on 6 January 2021. So thank you, Georgia, for doing the right thing for America and the right thing for yourselves, for all of us. Thank you once more. All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. I could ramble on so much more. My review of Sabrina should come tomorrow. I'll finish it up tonight, the last episode. Thank you so much. And everyone stay safe. Get your vaccine when you can. And until then, and even unfortunately after that, until we get the word that it's all clear, wear your masks. I don't have my mask on right now. I walked up here with my mask on. I'll put it on after the video. As you can see, nobody's around me, so I'm okay. But if somebody was, I would have kept my mask on. All right. Thank you so much, and aloha.